Imagine. Okay. Wow. And I've said a lot of things, so you guys should have brought my attention that the recording was not up. That's going to affect our YouTube audience. Okay, so but let's go on. Um, so you guys can hear me loud and clear. That's beautiful. Is my screen still showing? Please kindly confirm that to me. I need us to be on the same page.
Yes, your screen is.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, so as I was saying, our lectures are very, very affordable, and then we accept installment payment. So if you are writing more than one papers, we accept installment payment. First payment 70%, then balance payment 30%. And then lastly, I get questions from, oh, is this payment on a monthly basis? Is this payment on a weekly basis? Or the payment is for the entirety of the section? We don't charge you on a monthly basis. Whatever you pay is throughout the diet. Whatever payment you make is for all the period. You are not making any extra payment. You are not making any hidden charges and so on and so forth. We don't charge you. It's just one-off payment. Once you have made payment for your course, that is all till the end of that diet. And your exam is always in May and November. So we try as much as possible from between January and the end of April, we cover the syllabus. And one thing is assured in this institute, one thing is assured with Elite Accounting Professional Tutors, we cover the syllabus. And not only that we cover the syllabus, we also give areas of concentration. Now, the areas of concentration is not 100% certain that these are the things you are likely going to see in the exam. But just for you to, focus, just for you to have a particular place where, and that's one thing we tell students, do not focus on only the areas of concentration. Do not focus on only the areas of concentration. Try as much as possible to cover the syllabus. And that's what we do. We cover the syllabus within the space of January till the end of April, because our lectures end at the end of April. So that within the first 2 weeks in May, you are going to use that for revision and you have time to read by yourself. So at the end of April, we would have covered the syllabus for this diet. So that's one thing, that these are the things we do on Elite Accounting Professional Tutors. Our tutors are very, very sound. When I mean very, very sound, by the time you can go to our YouTube channel, and check some of our lecture videos there. You always have access to our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, if you have not watched any video on our YouTube channel, please go there. Just search for Elite Accounting Professional Service. You are going to see us on YouTube. There are a lot of things, lot of videos, lot of materials that you're going to see on our YouTube channel. Apart from the lecture videos, you are also going to see trainings. You are going to see accounting trainings there, fixed asset trainings, tax trainings. There are so many trainings that you are likely going to see that will be beneficial to you, not only for Ican purposes, but also for your performance at work. You are going to see a lot of things that will benefit you. So if you have any question as regarding our lecture, please just keep them alongside what we are doing now. Just keep them, and then we'll take all of them at the end of this section. So let's proceed from there. Now, what are the step-by-step processes of registering as a student? Now, when you are coming to Ican, the first thing you need to do is to first of all get your registration number. Your registration number is like your matric number in school. That's your identity. And is very simple to get. It's very simple to process. One of the things we also do as an institute, because we understand the fact that a lot of people might not, have time to go and process these things themselves. You might not have time to go to bank. You might not have time to pay online. You might not have time to fill the registration form, get a referee for you, and all of that. You might not have time to do that. So we also help students to process their registration. If you want to process your student registration, we assist students to do that. If you want to process your exemption, we assist students to do that. If you want to process your examination fee, we assist students to do that. If you want to process your induction, we also assist students to do that. So if you know that you are the type that you are very busy, you might not have time to go through all of this process, we are here to take away any form of stress from you. We don't want you to pass through any form of stress. So if you feel like you want us to help you do this, you can reach out to me. We are going to process your registration. But if you want to do it yourself, this is the step-by-step process of doing that. First thing is to make a payment online. You can make your payment online. You can also make your payment at any commercial bank. If you are making your payment online, there is something we call reference number. A reference number will be generated for you. It is that reference number that you are going to use alongside your name and phone number. That is what you are going to use to generate your profile. So if your payment is successful, you generate your profile. All you just need to do is to fill in the information on the profile. So fill in the information on the profile. When you are done, you get a certified member, a certified chartered accountant who is financially free. Emphasis on financially free. What I mean by financially free is that the person is not owing Ican. It's not that the person has not paid last year's subscription. The person is owing one fee or the other. If that member is owing, that registration will not be accepted. So your referee must be someone who is not owing the institute. The person must be financially free. So you send that completed form to your referee alongside all other documents that is needed for your registration. What are the other documents needed for your registration? Number one, if you are using your degree certificate, any of the degree certificates you are using, it should be part of the document you send to your referee. Then your WAEC results, your birth certificate, and your NYSC certificate. If you don't have NYSC certificate, you can make use of your call-up letter. Your call-up letter can suffice for your NYSC certificate. So send all of these certificates to your referee. Your referee will certify it, sign on it, and then you upload that to Ican. Once Ican has verified the process, once they have verified your document, verified everything that you have filled, your registration number will be issued to you. You can always check the portal to know if your registration number is ready or not. And in most cases, it doesn't take time. Within 3 to 5 working days, if everything is fine, you will get your registration number. So that is the step-by-step process. If you are making payment from the bank, if you go to the bank and make payment, they are going to issue you a receipt. They are going to issue you a receipt. That receipt is what you are going to take to the portal. On the receipt, you will see a website there. On that website, just type it on your system. That website will take you to the portal, the registration portal. So just fill in your details. Once you have completed it, send it to your referee, send your other document to your referee so that your referee can certify them, and then upload it back to the system. And once you do that, your registration number, if everything has been approved, will be sent to you. Now, once your registration number has been sent to you, the next thing you need to do is that you need to go to the portal and create your own profile. You need to go to the portal and create your profile. That profile is what is everything about you on Ican portal. You need to go, that profile will give you your password. That is your own dashboard as a student. That is your own dashboard as a student. So anything you want to do on Ican portal, you want to apply for exemption, you want to apply for induction, you want to apply for examination, you want to know your financial status, you want to know how much you are owing, everything will be done on that your dashboard. But if you don't create your dashboard, there is no way you can do all of those things. So once you get your registration number, the next thing is for you to go to the portal and create your own dashboard so that you can have your own login details. Then from that login details, you can now apply for any form of anything you want to apply for, either exam or either exemption or either the induction. When you are done with the exam, everything will be done strictly on that dashboard. All right, so that's the step-by-step process of registering for as a student member. And the same process can also be used for any other thing you want to apply for. The same process can also be used for any other thing you want to apply for, be it exemption. Now, but the danger of using online portal to apply for exemption and the likes is, of course, you all know that we are in Nigeria, and one of the challenges is network. You know, so there are instances where you might make payment online, payment is successful, but the PIN will not be given to you. There are instances where you make payment, you would have been debited for such payment, but it won't reflect on the system that you have made payment. It will still be showing that you have not made payment. These are the likely things you are going to be expecting when it comes to these online issues. But how do you rectify that? It's very simple. The institute has also created a platform. You can always send a mail to Ican. You can send a mail to Ican attaching all necessary information. Attach all necessary information and lay your complaint. That complaint will be attended to. But you just need to wait for some time before it will be attended to, because they respond to a lot of queries, a lot of questions from students, and so on and so forth. So once you encounter any of those issues, all you need to do is to communicate to Ican with attaching evidence to back up the issue that you are bringing on board, and it will be attended to within minutes. So if you want to apply for exam, you can go through that same process. It's the same process. But I always advise students, in order for you not to, encounter some of these issues, and then for you to have a stress-free registration, because you might not have that time, coupled with your work, coupled with your lectures, coupled with your reading time, you might not have that time to be going back and forth. I usually advise students that if you want to do it yourself, make sure you go to any commercial bank and process it there. Commercial bank, there is no issue. Once you have made payment and they issue you the receipt, that is all. Just go to the portal and complete your registration. You have avoided all those network issues and all of that. But the second option is, if you feel that you might not have the time to do all of these processes, you can reach out to us. We would help you do it at an affordable fee. Our fee is very, very affordable. Like I said, our interest is not in the money. All the things we do in this institute is not for the money. We do it to give value. It is one of the ways of giving back to the society. It is one of the ways of helping ourselves. It is one of the ways of serving humanities. These are the things we do in the institute. All right. So you want to apply for exam, you want to apply for exemption, all you need to do is either you do that online or you go to any commercial bank. The same process that I've just mentioned on how to do the student registration, that same process can be applied to any other thing you want to do on Ican Ican portal. All right, so very quickly, let's look at the examination structure and int. And this is the most interesting part, because the why we are here is we want to pass, we want to be successful, we want to pass our exam. You know, we are failure is not, we don't just want to have reference, you know, we want to pass. The beautiful thing is that there are skills to these things. There are certain things you need to know. I'm going to be hinting us on the likely things you need to know. But as we start our lectures, as your tutor come to class, you know, start giving you what you need to know, your tutor will be telling you more on how to pass your exam, the things you need to know to pass your exam. But before that, I'm going to hint us on how we can be successful, we have students last two diets, last three diets that cleared all their papers at one sittings. And I'm not talking about one paper. They cleared all the 5 papers at one sittings. They cleared 4 papers at one sittings. Even in this diet, this last diet that just passed now, we have lots of students who cleared their paper. In fact, we have private students that came just 2-3 weeks to the exam. And just the revision that we did with that student cleared 2 papers. And that's the only 2 papers that has been given her issues. Advanced tax and SFN. We cleared that just with revision section. We were able to clear all of those things. You know, so I'll be giving you the hint for you to pass your exam. Now, examination structure and hint. Now, what do you need to know about Ican examination structure? Ican examination structure is basically, of course, you know that there are 3 levels in Ican. There are 3 levels in Ican. We have foundation, we have skills, and we have professional. For foundation level is for any other students who are not from accounting background. I'll repeat that again. Foundation level is for students who are not from accounting background. So what do I mean by that? You are coming from science, you are coming from arts, are coming as a lawyer, as an engineer, as a business admin, as a quantity surveyor, from any discipline at all, you are going to start from foundation level. You are going to start from foundation level. Now, that foundation level also has grade. There are some disciplines that are related to accounting. There are some disciplines that are not related to accounting. Now, in that foundation level, disciplines that are related to accounting, they enjoy 1 or 2 exemptions. In foundation level, we have 4 papers. If your discipline is related or close to accounting, you are going to enjoy 1 or 2 exemptions. So that means that instead of you to write 4 papers in foundation, if your discipline is related to accounting, you might be writing 2 papers, you might be writing 3 papers. What are those disciplines related to accounting? For instance, you have banking and finance, you have business administration. These are related to accounting. So you are likely going to enjoy 1 or 2 exemptions from that paper. But if your discipline is not related to accounting at all, you'll be writing all the 4 papers in foundation level. So this is it. So we have the foundation level here, like I said, and there are 4 papers in the foundation level. What are the papers in foundation level? You have financial accounting, we call it FA. We have business management and finance, BMF. We also have business law, BL. And then we have management information, that is MI. These are the 4 papers you are going to be writing in foundation level. Now, the paper consists of 2 sections. When you're writing the exam, the paper consists of 2 sections, section A and section B. Section A is for compulsory multiple choice questions, and it attracts 20 marks. So 20 questions for 20 marks. That means each question is 1 mark. Each question is 1 mark. Now, we also have section B. Section B is open-minded question. Open-minded question in the sense that you are going to have essay, you are going to have scenario-based question. And that question consists of 20 marks each. It consists of 20 marks each. And you'll be required to answer any four questions out of everything. So when you add the section A and section B, the total mark for every Ican exam you are writing is 100 marks. The total mark for every Ican exam is 100 marks. And the pass mark is 50%. You just need 50 to pass. I always tell students, don't aim for 50. Yes, we understand that you need 50 to pass, but don't aim for 50. Aim more than that. There are prize winners for the best students. There are prize winners for the best student. If you are writing Ican for the first time, you have opportunity to gain scholarship. If you are writing Ican for the first time, you have opportunity to gain prizes from Ican. They can sponsor your remaining levels. They can exempt you from everything. They will pay for everything. You have opportunity to gain scholarship. This scholarship is only open to students who are writing the institute exam for the first time. If you have written the exam before, you are not qualified for the scholarship. But if you are just starting, you have opportunity to gain scholarship. And how do you gain scholarship? You need to be the best in each papers. So aim for the best. Aim for 90 marks. Aim for 100 marks. You can get it. Aim for 80 marks, but don't aim for 50. You will pass if you are aiming for 100. If you are aiming for 90, you will definitely pass. But at least make sure that your target is 80. Because if you don't get 80, you are likely going to get 70. That's still pass. If you don't get 70, you are likely going to get 60. That's pass. But if you are aiming for 50, you might likely get below that. And the beautiful thing is that your brain works according to your mind. Whatever you have set in your mind, if you are the type that have set 80 for yourself, your brain will work at that level. Your brain will work at that capacity. And it will make you very, very studious. You will be very, very focused and serious. But when you are just aiming for 50, oh, let my people go, you just want to pass. You will pass, but let your focus be above 50. That should be your focus. And the exam is always 3 hours, 15 minutes for foundation level. 3 hours, 15 minutes. So whatever you want to do in the exam, you should be able to do it within this hour. Now, one of the hints of passing this level, foundation level, is that have a full grasp of what each course contains. Have a full grasp of what each course contains. Have a full grasp of what financial accounting is all about. Have a full grasp of what business management and finance is all about. Have a full grasp of what business law is all about. Have a full grasp of what management information is all about. These are the things that our tutors will be putting you through in our classes. For those of us that are just joining us, our classes are starting next week, Saturday. We have already seen the timetable. I have already sent some of these things on the group chat. It is always good for you to start when the class is starting so that you will be on the same page with your tutor, so that you will not be left behind. Some of you have already registered, but some of you have not registered. If you know you want to register, please reach out to me. I am the admin. I'm going to register you and add you to the tutorial group class so that you can start with your tutor. You can start with every other student. You can be on the same page. If you have not done so, please do so immediately after this section. That is that about the foundation level. I said have a full grasp of what each course contains. Now, Ican, one thing is that Ican pack is always voluminous, very, very voluminous. And that is where the study, the material we give to you, that is where it becomes very, very important. Because we have a summarized note. We have a summarized note for each of these courses. We know that you might not have the time to go through 400 pages, 400 pages study pack, 300 pages study pack. So we have compressed those study pack into a summarized note. This summarized note will be given to every student. Any course that you have registered for, the summarized note will be given to you. So this summarized note alongside past questions. One thing about Ican exam at this foundation level is more of past questions. Alongside your lecture time, alongside the things that you are being taught in class, make sure when you are studying, make sure you are studying with past questions, because that will help you. Past questions will help you. Past question is like a study on its own. It will help you navigate how I can usually set questions and also how they answer questions. That will help you to know questions that the institute take priority on. There are some questions that you are likely going to see them every diet because of their peculiarity. But if you don't study past questions, there's no way you are going to see those trends. We have a compressed and a summarized past question sheet that contains all the past questions for the period. All of these things will be shared to every registered student. So there are a lot of things you are going to benefit. And like I tell you, if you want to pass your Ican exam, this is the best place to be. If you want to pass your Ican exam at one sitting, by the special grace of God, this is the best place to be. So you should waste no time in joining Elite Accounting Professional Tutors. Now, let's move on to the skills level. Now, in the skills level, you basically have 6 papers to write. You have 6 papers to write in skills level. Now, you have financial reporting, we call it FR. We have audit and assurance, that's AA. We have tax. We also have performance management, PM. We have corporate strategy management and ethics, that's CSME. And then we have public sector accounting and finance, that's PSAF. Now, if you are coming from foundation level, so let's say you started for foundation, you have cleared all the 4 papers in foundation, you now move to skills. You are going to be writing all the 6 papers in skills. If you are coming from foundation to skills, you will be writing all the 6 papers. But if you are coming from an accounting background and from an accredited institution, now there are 2 types. There are institutions that are accredited by Ican. There are institutions that are not accredited by Ican. So let's say, for instance, now, you went to a school that is not accredited by Ican. Even though you are studying accounting, because your school is not accredited, you'll be starting from foundation level. Because your school is not accredited, you'll be starting from foundation level, even though you studied accounting. But if your school is accredited by Ican and you studied accounting, you'll be starting from skills level. And not only that, you'll be starting from skills level, you would also be exempted from audit. You'll be exempted from audit. So instead of you to write 6 papers in skills level, because you have accounting degree and you are coming from an accredited institution, you are going to be writing 5 papers. So that means you remove audit from this sheet, you'll be writing every other paper. You'll be writing FR, you'll be writing tax, you'll be writing CSME, you'll be writing PM, you'll be writing PSAF. That is for only Ican students. I mean, that is for only accounting students. Now, the thing you also need to know is that each paper consists of 3 sections. In skills level, each paper consists of 3 sections. We have section A, which is the compulsory section. That section is 30 marks. That section is compulsory for all students. You are expected to attempt such question. Then we have the section B question. Section B question is an open-minded question, and it consists of 3 questions. You are expected to answer 2 from it. And each of those questions is 20 marks. So that is 40. The section A is 30. 30 plus 40, that is 70. Then you now have section C, which is also an open-minded question, and it also consists of 3 questions. You are also expected to answer 2. Now, each of those questions is 15 marks each. When you add up everything together, all the scores will be 100 marks. Now, what are the hints? What are the things you need to know to pass this level? Have basic understanding of key principles. There are some key principles that you need to have. There are some key principles in terms of, there are some understanding that you need to have. You see, this is not your school exam. This is not what you are taught in school. Forget what you are taught in school. Ican is much more detailed than what you are taught in school. So there are certain things, there are certain teachings that you were not properly taught in school, which you will be properly taught in the class here. There are some basic understanding. There are some key principles that you need to know when it comes to each of all the courses here. There are some topics in these courses that you need to know before going for the exam. Why? Because you will definitely see it in the exam. We know those topics. There are some topics that you must know if you are going to write the Ican exam, because we know those topics. Have a basic knowledge on certain principles. These principles will be elaborated by your tutors in the class. When we start sections now, when we start our class, all these principles will be given to you in the class by your tutors. And one thing about this level, this is the most important level. Once you are able to scale through this level, the next level you are going to is professional level. Professional level is like an higher grade of this level, of your skills level. Everything you know in skills level would also be useful to you in professional level. Why? The reason is because what you are just doing is advance. So if you pass this level without understanding each of these courses here, when you get to professional level, you might face some challenges. And that is why understanding each of these courses, understanding the key principle in all of these courses is very, very important at the skills level. Because the professional level is like an higher level of the skills level. It's just an advance. They are not teaching you anything new. I can't believe that you are well grounded in the skills level. They believe that everything in skills level, you are well grounded. So what they take you through in professional is just the advanced level of it. So what happens if you are not well grounded here? That means you need to come back here. That means there are some materials you need to come back and read. There are some understanding you need to come back and get here. This level is very, very important. You don't joke with it, because it's also a determining factor to your professional level. Another thing you need to know is more of past questions. Study more of past questions. We cannot overemphasize this thing. And that is why one of the things we do at Elite Accounting Professional Tutors is that all our questions, all the questions we'll be using to solve in the class, all the questions, in any questions our tutors are using, they are always past questions. They are always past questions. Everything, every questions we'll be treating in the class, they are all taken from the past question. We are going to be using past question as practice question. Do you know what that does to you? That helps you to understand how I can set question. It helps you get familiar with those questions such that even when you see it, during my time when I was doing this exam, I can repeated a lot of questions. You are likely going to be fortunate that questions, if we had it last diet, we had it 2 diet ago. I will share with you the testimony. We had it last diet, we had it 2 diet ago. Questions that we treated in class, questions that we used as mock questions in class. Those are the questions that came out in the exam. My student was just telling me that as they were writing the exam, they were just hearing my name. They were just hearing, because I was the one that took them that course. They were just hearing my voice in the exam. It was the same thing, word for word. That's the way Ican brought it. They didn't change anything. They brought it word for word. They were just hearing my voice echoing in their ears on the day of the exam. So one of the things we do is that we use past questions to teach our students. We use past questions to teach our students. So every question that all the tutors will be using to take you in class, they are all past questions. So these are the things, more of these hints will be given to you when the lecture starts. Then lastly, we move on to the professional level. This is the final level. At this level, you are already 70% a chartered accountant. You're already 70% a chartered accountant. Now, this level consists of 5 papers. You are just going to do 5 papers here. You can see everything here is advanced. Advanced tax, strategic financial management, SFM, is advanced of PM. Corporate reporting is advanced of FR. Advanced audit and assurance is advanced of audit. Then the last one is case study. Case study is what captures everything together and bring them into one place. Just like the way we have a master budget. The way we have a master budget, we have different budgets. When you compile all the budget and put it into a single file, which is called the master budget, that's the same way case study is. Case study is the combination of everything that you have done, right from foundation level, right from skills level, up to professional level. Case study is the combination of everything. So case studies, in fact, is a very interesting course. Don't worry when you get to this point, or if you are here, you are doing case study, be rest assured you are in the right place. Be rest assured that you are in the right place. And one of the tutors, I'm the tutor for case study. Be rest assured that you are in the right place. I'm going to teach you case study. In fact, lots of testimony about case study. Sweet testimony about case study. Very interesting course. So you'll be doing 5 papers here, and each paper consists of 3 sections, just like the way we have it in skills. We have the compulsory section. We have the compulsory section is the section A, which consists of 30 marks. Everybody is expected to answer or attempt such question. Then we have section B, which is an open-minded question. You'll be given 3 questions. You are expected to answer 2. Each of those 2 carries 20 marks each. When you add it together, that is 40 marks. Then the last one is open-minded also. 3 questions, and you are expected to answer 2. Each of them is 15 marks. Now, what is the hint? How do you pass this level? This level is very simple. Like I said, if you are well-grounded in the skills level, if you are well-grounded in foundation level, you won't have issues in professional level. Because professional level, they are just building on what you know. They are building on your previous knowledge. They are building on your experience. They are building on your skills. One of the things you need to know as a professional, writing professional level, is that you need to be familiar with the emerging issues in Nigeria. There are a lot of you here, you are writing professional level, but you don't know what's going on in your country. You don't know what's currently happening in the nation. You don't know what's going on. If you want to pass Ican exam, professional level, you must be conversant with news. You must be conversant with what is happening in the society. You must be conversant with issues. What are the latest trends? What are the things that are currently happening in Nigeria now? What are the things that are currently causing lots of chaos? What are the things that are bringing development to the state? You must be familiar with those things. What are the emerging issues? Because at this level, ICANN will be testing you on emerging issues. So if you are still here, you still like to watch Netflix. You are writing professional level, you still like to watch K-drama. You are still watching Telemundo. You are still watching Netflix. When it is time for news, you go and sleep. But when it is time for movies, you are very much, you are much alive when you want to watch movie. But when it comes to what is happening in Nigeria, you are not interested. Please, you need to change that. Because at this level, you need to be conversant with current happenings anywhere in any sector, because you will be tested. In case study, ICANN likes to test students on current issues. And if you are not familiar with current issues, you will not be able to attend such question. Then your practical exposure. At this level, all the questions you will be given in each of these 5 courses, they will be based on practical realities. Because at this level, I can believe that you must have gotten certain experience from your field. Wherever you are working from, you must have gotten certain experience. Please, I just want to confirm you guys can still hear me loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, can you drop chat? Can you drop chat? Can you drop a chat that yes, you can still hear me loud and clear? Just drop, let me see. Just drop a chat that yes, you can hear me loud and clear. We are on the same page. Okay, thank you very much. Aminat said yes, you can hear me. Simon, yes. I tell you can hear me. Joshua, you can hear me. Lillian, you can hear me. Thank you very much, everyone. Yes. Amanda, you can hear me. Yes, thank you very much. So at this level, your practical exposure is also very important. Your experience is very important. And that is why, aside from this lecture, we also have a community of professionals. I don't know, some of you might be in that community, but some of you might not be in that community. Maybe you are just meeting us for the first time. You are not in our community. It is called Allied Accounting Professional Community. That community is a community where we have thousands of accounting and finance professionals. Accounting and finance professional ranges in different fields. We have CFOs there, we have accountants there, we have auditors there, we have tax specialists there. We have people working in different sector in that community. It's a community where we network, where we assist each other to navigate, work issues, where we help out one another, where we are encountering any challenges at our various places of work, where we get job updates, latest job updates, where we also contribute to current issues, where we hold discussions as professionals. There are a lot of things that are changing in our profession every day. We hold meetings, we hold trainings where we discuss these things on a weekly and a monthly basis. You can communicate, you can talk about what is currently happening, you can learn from others, you can learn from your colleague, you can learn from people, we brainstorm, we share ideas. So if you are not in that community, you can reach out to me after this section. I'm going to add you to that community. I tell you, if you are in that community, there are certain things you are going to learn, even though you have not worked in those sector, even though you have not worked in those things. Just being in that community of like-minded people, you tend to grow faster. That's one of the ways we grow in this profession. There is no standalone person in this profession. You must network. You must relate with like-minded people. You must communicate with people in the same field. So that will help you, that will help your practical exposure, which directly will have an effect on your performance in Ican examination. Then we also need to know basic principle from skills level. You know, I told you that your skills level is very, very important to your success in professional level. It's very, very important to your success at this level. So more of this hints will be given to you by your tutor when the lecture starts next week, Saturday. And then what are the do's and don'ts that you don't do in the exam? There are certain things you do in the exam. There are certain things you do not do in the exam. A lot of students, there are some students, in fact, there are some students that they are well prepared for the exam. When I mean well prepared, they have studied, they have done all they need to do. They are well ready, they are prepared, well prepared for the exam. But one of the things that makes them fail is because of the don't. It's because of those things that you are not supposed to do in the exam. That's what made them fail the exam. It's not because they have not prepared, they have not read. No, they have done all of those things. But because of the don't, there are certain things you don't do in the exam. And I'm going to share some of them to you. Some of them will be given to us while the classes are going on and during the time of exam. Now, answer all questions in the requirement. Now, all the things that Ican has asked you to answer, make sure you do not leave any of them. These are the things you need to do. Answer all questions. Question A says it's compulsory. Make sure you do it. Question B says you should answer 2. Make sure you answer 2. Question C says you should answer 2. Make sure you answer 2. Do not leave any question unattended to. Do not leave any question unattended to. Then we also have, one of the things you also need to do is that answer questions you know first. Answer questions you know first. It's not compulsory. Ican has not made it compulsory for you to do section A first. They have not made it compulsory for you to do section B first. They have not made it compulsory for you to do section C first. You can do as you want. Just do it according to the requirement. So make sure you answer questions you know first. If it is number 6, you know first. Go and do number 6. Do questions you know first. The reason is because when you do questions you know first, it boosts your confidence in the exam. It boosts your confidence. It makes you stable. It takes away every form of fear. It boosts your confidence. Another thing you should not do, another thing is that answer compulsory question last or in between, but not the first. Please and please, I'm begging you. I do tell students. There was one student that this same thing I'm saying now, when it was time for the exam last night, I told them, but this same student still went to the exam, focused on question 1 and spent close to 2 hours doing question 1. And unfortunately, he or she could not pass the exam. Why? Because he or she has wasted a whole lot of time in question 1. Only question 1 cannot make you pass the exam. I tell students, whether you know question 1 or not, please don't do it first. Question 1 is a question that always have hidden agenda. It's a question that always have hidden agenda. Don't claim you know it yet. Leave it. Let it be the last thing you do. Or let it be in between. Maybe after you have done 3-4 questions. Then you cannot come back to question 1. At that point, you are already stable. Your mind is settled. You can read those questions very well, and then you can answer it according to the prescription of the examiner. But don't do question 1 first. More of this will be given to us when we join the class. Then practice more of past questions. During the final 2 weeks of your exam, practice more of the past question. So these are the do's, these are the things you should do in the exam. Then we have don'ts, like I said. Don't focus on question 1. Do not focus on one question for too long. Any question you know that is giving you tough time, please just leave it and go and do the ones you know. Don't focus on a question for too long. Then don't leave any question unanswered before submission. Do not leave any question unanswered. Then finally, do not answer compulsory question first. I've said that before. I'm saying it again. Do not answer compulsory question first. So at this junction, I have come to the end of my presentation. I'd like to say thank you very much for listening. Thank you for taking out time to listen. And then at this junction, I would like to take questions from you. So if you have questions, please, I would like us to raise up our hand so that we will not have a rousy section where everybody will just be talking. I will not hear anyone. You can benefit from the question that your colleague asks. So if you have question, just raise up your hand in the chat box. I will see you raising up your hand, and then I will call you to ask your question. Okay, so I can see the first hand here, which is from Simon. Simon, you can now unmute yourself and ask a question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I don't know if I'm okay. So my questions are like 3 questions or so. So I'll just probably like ask everything at once so you can. Okay, the first question is that I have OND in accounting, then I have BSc in economics. So if you start, Ican, where am I going to start from? I'm assuming I'm going to start from foundation level, like, and how many will be? That's my first question. And then the other one is that before today, I've been actually doing Ican exams. So someone advised that since I have OND in accounting, nice for me to start from ATS, and I will not be like I will not be starting from ATS 1. I don't know the level. They said it's 3 levels, but then I want to be starting from 1 instead of being treated as a non-accounting student in foundation level. So that's my second question. Would you advise me to start from ATS, or I should still like go forward with the foundation level? Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think that's yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so let me get your first question very well. So your first question is you have OND and you also have BSc. Is that it?
Yes, OND in accounting, then the BSc is from economics.
Okay, BSc is economics. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's a very dicey situation, but it's very simple and it's basically 2 things, right? And one thing about Ican is that nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Now, I will tell you the benefit of starting with OND, what you would enjoy. And then I'll also tell you the benefit of starting with your BSc in economics. And then compare the two, see the one that fits you and see the one you think is good for you. But I will also advise you on the one you should go for. Now, starting with OND in accounting, you'll be starting from ATS 3. You'll be starting from ATS 3. I think 3 or 2. Yeah, 3 or 2, but not 1. Now, I don't know if they have updated it. They have not brought out the new syllabus for this 2025. But you'll be starting from 2 or 3. Now, this is the benefit of starting from ATS. I told you, the certificate you will get after your ATS 3 level is called AAT certificate. that certificate is well recognized in any place. You can see my qualification here. Can you see that AAT is part of my qualification here? It's part of
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, it's part of the acronyms you can have. It's well recognized everywhere. Like I said, you can also use it as a direct entry to any university. And the thing is that AAT certificate claims the same benefit as a BSc holder in accounting. If you have AAT certificate, you enjoy the same benefit as what a BSc holder in accounting is enjoying, right? So if you start from that ATS level, when you finish it, you will get your AAT certificate. It's a well-recognized certificate that you can add the qualifications to your name. And with that AAT, if you move to the professional level, you will not be starting from foundation. You'll be starting from skills level. And you'll be doing 5 papers. So you can see the benefit. You started from here, you finished it, you get a certificate well recognized. Then from there, you move to skills level, not to foundation, you move to skills level. Now, what's the difference between when you are now starting with BSc in economics? It's just that here, you are spending more time writing exam now. You are spending more time. Instead of it to have taken you like 2 years to complete your Ican, it might be taking you 3 years. But in the space of that 3 years, you have gotten a recognized certificate, right? So if you start with your BSc in economics, you'll be starting from foundation. Is what that just push you a little step ahead from the OND person. But I tell you, within the space of 1 year, you can complete that OND level and move to skills level, rather than starting with your BSc and then you start from foundation. So the major difference is the time difference. The time difference is the major thing. BSc in economics, you'll be starting from foundation. That at least push you ahead. Instead of you to be focusing on more papers now, you are not focusing on that. You are focusing on foundation, from foundation to skills to professional. But with OND, you are doing more exam, but in the course of doing that exam, you will get a recognized certificate. And with that certificate, you will now move to skills higher than that of what? The BSc in economics. So these are the two options. So it's now left for you to now see, okay, which one do you think is better with what I've said? To me, if I want to do it, if it is left to me, that's why I said everything is still your choice at the end of the day. But if it is left to me, I'm going to start with my OND in accounting. Why? Because of that certificate, because of that AAT certificate alone. I'm going to start from there, because that doesn't stop me from my BSc. My BSc is already settled. And it will even move me, rather than going to foundation, it will move me to skills level automatically. And I would have gotten a recognized degree, a recognized qualification. So if it is left for me, I would go for OND in accounting to start from ATS level. And do you know what? The beautiful thing is that your ATS level will shape your understanding more in accounting. It will shape your understanding more in accounting. If you are not well grounded in accounting and you do ATS, you'll be much more grounded in accounting, because what is in ATS is far, far better than what is in the syllabus of our universities. So you'll be much more grounded in accounting. You will know much more than someone who goes to the university. It's just because of the way Nigerian university system is. Our university system is not well structured. Our syllabus is not well structured. That is why when you see some people finish from the university, they are not well grounded. But an ATS student who went to lecture, finished ATS, will be very, very sound. So there are much more benefits to starting with ATS. And I think if you want to go by what I've said, I would say you should go for that OND level. Then your second question is, can you come again with your second question? Let me get that again.
Okay, sir. So I think you answered the second question, because my second question was if I 8 years or with the foundation level. So I think you've answered it, and
okay.
I'm very grateful.
That's very good.
Thank you very much.
So just
And
take your option.
I would like to add that. Can I?
Go
I would
ahead, go
like
ahead.
to ask. I would like to ask if you guys have a program like a tutor section for the 8 years people. You get,
Okay. So
and
currently,
also
go ahead, go ahead.
okay. And when you were talking about the tutorial, you did not mention the amount we are meant to pay. So if you can add that too, so we can have it in mind that okay, this is the amount I'm looking for to pay for the tutorial. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you very much. So for the lecture, currently we do not have program for 8 years, and the reason is the turn up for students for 8 years has not been quite encouraging. So tutors rather makes themselves available for courses that a lot of students are showing interest. So, but currently we don't have any program for 8 years, but we are looking at doing that. But for now, we do not. Then for the price, you can reach out to me. Just send me a WhatsApp message. I'm going to share the price list to you. You can reach out to me for the price. I hope that answers your question, Simon.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, you're welcome. Kehinde, I can see your hands up. You can go ahead to ask your question. Thank you very much.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. And it's a privilege to be here to learn from a word of experience. Thank you so much. And my question is just very. I have applied for my skills. I've made it for option. I've paid the development levy around 6,400. But whenever I go to my exam dashboard, it's taking me back to foundation. So I want to ask: is there anything I'm not doing properly? Is there anything I can show that it's going to get to the exam level and I'll just find out that I've studied the wrong level or I'm not done one or two things. So I want to be sure I'm on the right path.
Okay, thank you very much. When did you apply for the exemption?
It was just around before
When did you apply for it?
I can went on break. I made payment and uh, December last year.
December. Have you filled the exemption form?
Yes, I did.
Did your referee sign it and have you uploaded it back to Ican?
Yes, I uploaded it within 48 hours when I downloaded from the Ican portal.
And your referee signed on it?
Sorry?
Did your referee sign on it? Did he append the signature on the form,
My
completed form?
Yes, it did. Of course, it did. If it happened in signature and I scanned and sent everything back with all the other credentials to the ICANN portal.
All right. So the process for exemption takes 2 to 3 weeks. All right. So
Okay. Okay.
that would definitely be done. So you can check back later this month. And how do you know if it has been done or not? Just go back to your dashboard, click on examination status. You are going to see that it has been moved from foundation to skills. So if you are still seeing foundation there, that means it has not yet been approved by the council. Your exemption application has not yet been approved. Verification is still ongoing. But if it has been approved, your status will move from foundation to skills. So you'll be seeing skills on your examination dashboard. But it's not too late. It's still within the time frame. The time frame is within 2 to 3 weeks for that to be done. So just check back later this month. I'm pretty sure if everything is fine, it will be done. All right?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, you're welcome. Then I can see the hand of Sunday. Sunday, your hand is up. You can go ahead. Sunday, are you there?
Yeah, yeah. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Uh, okay. Wonderful presentation so far. And okay, part of my question is what the first person asked. Okay, so for BSc Economics, no exemption, right?
Yes.
Okay. Second one is a for the birth certificate. Is this a population census certificate? Is it accepted?
Yes, it's accepted.
Okay, okay. So for the last one, uh, exemption for people with a masters. Is it just
Exemption.
masters that is related to?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, okay. Is it just for masters that is related to accounting or just any masters?
No, any masters. Any masters you are
Okay,
starting
so
with.
they start from professional.
Yes. It now depends on the type of masters you are bringing. So, but for any masters, the institute already has where you are going to start from. So it
Okay.
now depends on the particular type of masters you have.
Okay.
Even PhD, PhD too. PhD is professional. Doctorate, professional.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
it has their own category.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm not seeing the hands of anyone. Is there any other question? Please don't forget, the class is starting next week, Saturday, and I will encourage you all to start with the tutor. Start your journey, your Ican journey. Early preparation is key. Early preparation is very, very key to success. We cannot overemphasize early preparation. So if you are still contemplating, if you are still thinking, this is the right place to be, Elite Accounting Professional Tutors is the right place for you to pass your Ican exam at one sitting. So try as much as possible to register ahead. Like I said, we allow installment payments. The fee is not the problem. It is very, very affordable. And if you know you cannot pay it once, we allow installment payment. Videos are recorded for all classes. You are going to get videos for you to go back and watch, whether present or not. Even we have students who don't join the class. We have students who just buy our lecture videos. I think I sent an advert on the group chat. Also, you will see you can buy our lecture videos. If you are the type that you work weekends, you don't have time, you can buy our lecture video. Just buying our lecture videos is enough for you to pass. Is enough for you to pass our Ican exam because the lecture video is well detailed, the materials is well arranged, summarized materials is there for you to make work very easy for you. But of course, you know that success is not guaranteed if you do not put your own effort. So our institute is not a place where we perform magic. No, we don't perform magic here. You need, as we are putting in our efforts, as we are making sure that we are coming to class, giving you what you need to know, putting in our effort, you also have your own part to play. You must study. You must sit down and read. You must sit down and study. That is what complements our effort together. Because if you just come to lecture and that is all, you don't go back to read, you don't go back to do your own personal study, you might not get that success rate that you are looking for. So this is not a magical center. This is a place where we all put hands together to draw ourselves, to push ourselves and say, yes, I want to become a chartered accountant. It's a goal, it's a dream for me, and I want to become that person tomorrow. You know, so you also need to play your own part. We are only going to give you 30%. We are only going to give you 50%. But the other ones is for you to do. You must sit down and study. You must find time, no matter how busy you are, you must find time to read. You must find time to study. Do you understand what I'm saying? So success is not guaranteed anywhere. Whether you go to a physical class or whether you go to an online class, or whether you want to read on your own, success is not guaranteed anywhere. Success is only guaranteed when you put in your own effort, and by the special grace of God, God will crown all our effort with success. Even the Bible says it, that He will bless the work of our hand. Faith without work is dead. You cannot be believing to pass. You want to pass, but you do not read. You are praying to God to pass Ican exam, but you are not reading. You are just folding your hands. You are sleeping and waking up, and you want to pass. It doesn't work like that. You must put in your own effort. As we are putting in our effort, you are also putting in your own effort. And I can assure you by the special grace of God that at the end of the day, we are all going to share our testimonies. Just like the way others are sharing their testimonies, your own testimony would also come in the name of Jesus. So that is that about that. So I can see the hands. I don't know if you guys are still raising up your hand. Simon, Kende, Sunday. I don't know if you are raising up your hand. If you don't have any other question, maybe we should call it a day. Are you guys raising up your hand?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Simon, go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Simon, go ahead.
Yes, we are
Yes, sir.
raising up hands.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
Can I go?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead with your question.
Okay, this is Kehinde. My
Okay,
question is
Kende, go ahead.
and about the allowed for the lectures. Peradventure, I want to write 5 papers in skills. Am I allowed to decide papers I want to write by the end of April or to decide if I start writing or attending lectures?
Let me get your question. If you said
Did you
if you
get
are
my question,
writing,
sir?
if you are writing 5 papers, come again with your question.
Hello, did you get my question, sir?
No, I didn't get it. Come again.
If I'm to write, if I'm writing skills,
Go ahead.
this is what is broken.
Hello, Kende, I can't hear you again. Hello, Kende, are you there?